Alright, this is YZM, you already know, and you watching the Bre Nicole show, you dig?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Bre Nicole, and I'm here with YZM, and this is the Bre Nicole show.
You dig. What's good?
So, how are you today? What's new?
I'm good. I'm cool, and everything. Everything's chill. Same shit, new toilet.
Definitely. God bless you. Alright, that's good. That's good. What about your music? Like, what are you working on? Do you have any new music out? I know you have a lot of new music out, but are you working on anything currently?
I dropped a significant amount of singles in the last few months. I got Rampage featuring Macy Slick. I got Your Worst Nightmare featuring DZ and Tony Hand.
Yo, my fist not the gold off his teeth. Been on the block running like some cleats. Got me some guap pockets fatter than me. Got me some guap, nigga, I'm gonna eat. Got me a plate, I'ma share with my team. Chopper no scope with an infrared beam. Chopper no scope with an infrared beam. Got me some wacky, I pull up the lean. Got me a dopey, she gone off a bean.
Goes and jump through the flames like I'm Stone Cold heavyweight. I cannot placate, dose mode, levitate. I put that beam on.
Loners outside with a plethora of people, so and they're all bubbling up to be singles off of my new project, Things That Go Bump in the Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So, what really got you into music? What inspired you to start doing music and pursuing a music career?
I've always been inspired by music since I was a little kid. My mom kept it in the house. I grew up on pop. I grew up on reggae. I didn't really get into hip hop until I was a little bit older, believe it or not.
Okay.
Maybe around late elementary school, early middle school.
Okay.
The likes of Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, DMX, Ludacris. That's who really inspired me to do music. But my inspirations in music is Lil Wayne, Kanye, Lupe, ASAP, Travis, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's pretty good inspiration. They build a pretty good artist. You have a big catalog of different songs.
I appreciate
and a big variety of singles to listen to. We listened to them on the way here.
Thank you.
So, and I have them downloaded on my phone as well. So, your music is amazing. It's amazing. I've seen you perform live a few times. And you really work the crowd, and people really respond to your music. And when you're up there, how do you feel? What do you do to get that energy?
I feel like I'm a different person when I'm on stage, legit, because usually me, I'm cool, calm, collective, I'm really chill. But when I'm on stage, it's like a whole different person, a whole different personality comes out. It's and I had to learn that with time. I used to be horrible at talking to the crowd or moving the crowd, but it's once you get that confidence up, you can definitely sway the people. So when I get on stage, I feel it, and I just, whatever I'm feeling, I make sure that the crowd feels that shit too. And I feel like that connection is what makes them go up like I feel, you know what I mean? That crowd, it was a small, intimate crowd, but we felt the energy, and in that moment, I'm like, I know this is something that I want to do, one, and two, I know that he's going to be huge. I didn't think that he would grow exponentially as fast as he did, and it blows me how little it took him for him to get as big as he did, and that's definitely an inspiration. Plus, there's been people around me, I've been there's this platform in Tampa called Rap School, and it's our freshman cover in Tampa, and I was on there in 2017, and I was around STP Fredo, Jay Creek, who are big names in the city, Wavy Mac, who the kids really fuck with, and Rod Wave.
Yeah.
And he was on that cover with me, and now he's on the freshman. So looking at shit like that, you know what I mean? It's definitely an inspiration.
It's like the light at the end of the tunnel.
100%. Yeah.
It's amazing. Wow, I love that. Okay. Have you felt connected like that, listening to any other artists, going to their concert? Have you felt that way being in the audience?
100%. Yes. The likes of Travis Scott. I remember that I've been a Travis Scott fan for years before he was the music giant that he is now. And I remember he couldn't sell out a show, but the energy that he had and that we felt in that crowd.
What are my other questions for you? I have a long list. questions. So you were telling me some of your childhood inspirations. Like you didn't listen to a lot of hip hop, but you listened to a lot of like reggae and pop music. What were your favorite songs when you were younger?
Oh, that's all right. So, That Way, I think that's what it's called, by Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
I was a big fan. I was big on Aaron Carter growing up.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, because he's from Tampa, one, and he was just like this chill, jiggy white kid who did like fun stuff at a young age. It was just like I was like, oh, that's dope. He didn't have like the best music, but I could get jiggy with it. You know what I mean?
No, I like Aaron Carter and Backstreet Boys. So
yes, I was really into Britney Spears. I think we all were. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. You know what I mean? When it comes to reggae, of course, I like the classics. Bob Marley, of course. I like Beanie Man.
yeah.
That's I don't want to mess the dude's name up. I think it's Barris Hammond, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Yeah, but
Most of the people I don't know their names, but as soon as the song comes on, I know all the words.
yeah.
and I'm
And then Gregory Isaac, I think he sings Night Nurse. I could be wrong, but yeah, like I grew up on a lot of classic reggae. Not to mention even my favorite era, and I'm from, I was in the 90s, and I'm not too fond of like early 90s music, believe it or not.
Really?
I'm not, especially when it comes to hip hop and R&B. But when I listen to music in general, I think my favorite era is like the 80s, because they were wild and it was different back then. You know what I mean?
They were, yeah. They did not.
Yeah.
They had no bounds. They had fun.
They did what they wanted. They
Yeah.
looked crazy. They acted crazy. And I think
Yeah.
that's what happened in the 2010s. I think the 2010s is like the 80s of the future. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, it's a good comparison because we went through the like jerk skinny jeans, and now we're going into like a more like urban like nerd type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's really coming into themselves and like really expressing who they are.
And I love that. Yeah. The tattoos, the piercings, the hair colors. It's like everything. It's they're normalizing it. Everything is just like, go ahead, express yourself. And I like that we're doing this freedom of expression shit.
Yeah.
Like you, I see you did the big chop, and back in the day, we weren't too fond of girls who cut all their hair off, but nowadays it's just embraced. Like, go ahead, cut this shit off, grow it back, do what you want, wear it natural, put a weave in. It don't even matter. You know what I mean?
Just be comfortable.
Very much so.
Yeah, that's yeah, no, but yeah, music is really evolving and different. You see different types of people getting involved in like genres of music that they normally wouldn't. Like there was a black guy who had the #1 song on a country list.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X, like that's crazy. Like 10 years ago, I mean, well, Derek Rucker and Bentley did a country song, but to be #1 on a country chart, like that's crazy. Like these days, with everything that's going on. So like, have you seen anyone on the scene that you're in that you wouldn't expect, like an artist that you've met that you wouldn't expect to do the type of music that they do?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I tend not to try to put bounds on people because of how we all look. Nowadays, a motherfucker can look like me, and I know I look kind of thuggish and ruckish, but make some of the most melodic music ever.
Right.
So I tend not to judge, but there have been some people who surprised me. For example, are you familiar with Ayo Mama?
I feel like I've heard that name,
Yes.
like on Instagram, for link in my Instagram.
she's definitely a talent in Tampa. She was associated with my clique when we were first coming up and whatnot. But off, the bias shit, she legit had this aesthetic about her. She just was comfortable. She dressed how she wanted. She couldn't go from wearing a granny's nightgown to just wearing a piece of onesie, and she was just comfortable in her own skin. You know what I mean? And she's so sweet. She's like the nicest person ever. When you talk to her, she has like the sweetest, softest voice. And she'll get on stage and she'll introduce herself to people, and then she'll say the most guttish trap shit ever.
That's amazing.
She has such a amazing, powerful voice. She just caught the crowd, and by the way she was speaking before she would do it, you wouldn't expect it. You would. She'll really catch the crowd. She
envelops everyone. And Robin's, oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna have to look her up. What's her name again?
Her name is Ayo Mama.
Ayo Mama.
And then there's like one of my favorite newcomers on the scene. His name is Indie Indigo. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Indie's pretty fire. Indy, Indy, he looks like the rest of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own style, but we're all pretty, you know, some jiggy niggas. We dress nice, we look nice, we have our own aesthetic and whatnot. So you expect them to make, you know, some kind of SoundCloud trap music, something more compliments to us. It don't get it twisted. He has those joints, but this nigga can sing with the best R&B singers. He's bust out a rock song before. He envelops himself in every genre possible. And he envelops himself in every genre possible, and I think that it's dope as fuck that he's able to do that. He's able to manipulate his voice to do so much with it. So yeah, those are just a few examples.
It's amazing. It's amazing. When you're anywhere like in Tampa, which place inspires you to like write and make music the most?
Believe it or not, I don't really get inspiration from a specific place that I'm at. More so, I get inspiration from seclusion. When I'm by myself, I come up with some of the craziest shit. Like, don't get it twisted. I can be in the studio or around people, or I can be in a crowd of people and think of something. But for the most part, when I'm by myself, that's where my creative juices flow. I could, weird example, but I could legit be on the toilet.
Yeah,
And
no, I understand.
sometimes that happens. I could be on the toilet in the middle of doing what I gotta do, and then all of a sudden, wait, this is hard. Let me write this down before I forget. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're clearing your mind and you're free.
Yeah, so
It's the best place to think.
yeah, any like seclusion, like me and my girlfriend will be cooling at the crib, and she'll, you know, I'll be distracted by her. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
my girlfriend here, that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
we'll be watching anime, eating, and she'll go to work or she'll go off with her friends, and I'll be at home, and I'm be like, you know, I'm finna chill, I'm finna keep watching anime. All of a sudden, a whole song pop into my head. The next thing you know, I'm searching beats and writing and writing new music. So yeah, seclusion for me.
And that helps you like use your time wisely too, you know. Sometimes when your girlfriend or your boyfriend leaves, you're like, man, now you're staying productive. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. No, but no, this is good. Like I really appreciate you letting me interview.
Oh nah, I'm honored that you had an interest in to interview me. I didn't think I was interested enough doing an interview.
Yeah, no, I love your music and you're always like involved and seem like you keep moving, and that's something that I want to show other people, that you can keep moving and you can do the things that you love and be good at it and like do it every day, you know?
Yeah, I try, you know what I mean? I try to support everybody as much as possible.
Yeah.
I try not to be that one artist like, I don't know, for some reason when it comes to the underground scene, my name gets tossed around a lot, and I don't think that I'm as big as people make me out to be. I be cool, and some people, I've been told that like it's hard to approach me or whatnot, or people thought that I was gonna be bougie or mean. I'm like, nah, bro.
I never got that impression of you.
Thank you. I be cool, and I'm willing to talk with everybody. I'm willing to work with everybody. I don't want anybody to feel threatened by the way I look or the way I move in the scene. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing that really big right now. People just judging just by the way that you look. Like every encounter that I've ever had with you has been pleasant. Like you've always been kind and helpful, and like even with my music you gave me a few tips, you know. So it's like a lot of people don't do that. So like, and in the world these people are getting like brutally killed in the street because of the way that they look and the way somebody thinks that they're going to be to them, and that's something that is not okay, and you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Definitely not. That's 100% moral of the story.
Popo, I'm a loner. Demons in my mind, oh no, show distorted imagery, them tingles down your spine, oh no, monster movie marathon, I chill with Pennywise, oh no, Jesus Christ is calling and he said I'm doing fine, oh no, bando party hype, oh no. Boy, I'm bite, boy, I'm geek. Say I'm not scared, you not fucking with me. You better stay clear of my ass in the street. I came with some shooters, they packing the heat. I'm the big kahuna behind my OG. The whole Progress Village protected of me. You say I'm a widow as honest can be. This widow gonna give you the hands for the free.
Okay, so other than making music, what are some of your favorite things to do?
I graphic design. I like to make beats. I'm getting into that. So it's pretty much anything that has to do with music, I'm for. I used to like drawing a lot, but I had two passions growing up. It was drawing because I'm really into anime, and in music, and one just did better than the other. I used to draw comics and shit. People, we didn't really have an interest in that, but when I put out music, they was like, oh, that shit jamming. So I stuck to the music. You know what I mean?
I mean, but keep drawing. You put out your comics. Somebody will read them. You can still put your music, your comics out.
Yeah. Okay.
And someone will enjoy them and buy them. Maybe not as fast as your music. You might have to wait to find the right audience for your comics, but that's always something that you can do.
Well, yeah, I write down my ideas and my concepts. Eventually, when I'm
I'm not gonna spin.
Eventually, when I'm established enough, I can get some illustrators and whatnot. I can put my dream comic out. Maybe get a movie adaptation when I'm like 50. Who knows? You know,
that'd be awesome.
I'll do it. I haven't completely, ditched the idea. I'm just focused on the thing that I feel like it's gonna bring me the bread. I also graphic design. Like I make a lot of covers for different artists and whatnot. I've written for some people, but I'm not gonna put that out there. Also, I know how to shoot and edit videos, photos, whatnot. So I kind of dibble and dabble in everything. So.
Yeah, and the arts. You're very artistic. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any your graphic design is probably a business venture of yours. And when you do the videos.
Mommy, that's 3.
That was 3?
1, 2, 3.
You're right. All right, hold on. I'm gonna wrap it up. During these crazy times in 2020, which big event affected you the most?
I guess the layoffs, because that was my source of income.
Yeah.
But I know how to grind, so I was able to build myself back up and get out of that. We want to rebuke brokenness, so we got out of that, got the funds back up, and was able to do what the fuck we need to do. You know what I mean?
That's good, yeah, because it's hard sometimes. Everybody doesn't have that mindset to go get it,
Yeah.
Once they stop getting it, just hand it to them. Well, not hand it to them, you go to work, but and having to really go and figure out how to make money. Like everybody can't swim.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. You're able to bounce back and do what you need to do. That's wonderful. How do you feel about the Black Lives Matter protests and the riots going on? What are some thoughts that you have on that?
It's crazy that this far into life, we put off so much shit, and now that we're finally demanding the respect that we need, people are really showing their true colors.
Yes.
People of all colors.
Yes.
It's like I'm happy, bro. I was with it. Though I wasn't a part of the protest myself, I definitely was an advocate, and I used my platform to speak out. But while I was, doing the sideline work, I was rooting for my people in the front lines, fighting for us.
Yeah.
I was team burn the fucking city down, bro.
Yeah.
They were saying that there's more to that you could do. There was like, fighting and going against the cop and looting and burning places down is not going to solve anything. Well, taking us from our country, enslaving us for 400 years, and then segregating us when we got our freedom.
And building a system that holds us back.
Yes, and then telling us to get over it wasn't solving anything either. And that systematic racism is still here. And the same way that the police treat us black men is how the doctors treat you black women. Y'all don't get looked out for. Nobody's protecting anybody. So we had to stand up. And I was team burn the city down. Do what the fuck we had to get their attention so they can hear us.
Savage. If I see you in the street, I'm doing damage. Ain't no calling the police. I got money for release. Fuck a cop. You a op. Bitch and race until I'm free. Nigga fake. I was tryna beat the case. Popo put me in a cage. Popo took my soul away. Popo turned me to a slave. Popo took my vote away. Popo put me in a box. Lock me up and some change. Tryna be free. Call me Weezy.
So I was definitely a proud member of the Black Lives Matter movement. I was gonna stay down there until our lives do matter. You know what I mean?
Nice, yeah. And do you are you doing anything in the community to help bring the people together and help? Or do you have any ideas on ways that we could do things like that and build up our community and maybe break?
To answer your question, I've been doing charity work as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
My grandma, may her soul rest in peace, had a charity called Project H, eventually named Assie's Angel after herself, where we would put on fashion shows or talent shows, because it was more than fashion, to raise money to give out to families on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And now, you know, since she's been gone, unfortunately, we haven't been able to keep the corporation alive, but charity has always been something that I do. I donate to who and whoever I can, and I've done multiple shows since the coronavirus and since the Black Lives Matter movement has really taken off this year that has attributed to throwing money to the Black Lives Matter movement, to the NAACP, and to the bond of people who got arrested during these riots and whatnot. So yes, I've been, and me and my team and the people around me have been doing charity work. My boys outside, I think they're getting ready to throw a charity event too, where they're gonna donate to Puerto Rico and their and the shit that's going on over there and whatnot. So yeah, we're for any and everybody in all charities and whatnot. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Help everybody, spread love and kindness.
Yes.
And just do the next right thing. Right, Marley? Yeah, do the next right thing. Well, I have a youth center I'm putting together, and I'm looking for mentors for the kids when it opens, so I'd love if you come and maybe do like a music workshop.
Oh, I could definitely do that. I'm definitely for that. I love the kids.
All right, YZM, I appreciate you having this interview with me and taking the time out to come and meet with me and my Marley Jade. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I appreciate you first and foremost. Can't wait to hear anything that you're dropping, and I love what you're gonna be doing with these kids. Also, shout out Macavision, Outside World, The Supreme, Elevated Volume. You know what I mean? Things that go bump in the night going soon. Google me. Make sure you put in musical artists, because Yamaha is trying to blackball me because they have the same name as me. And yeah, just, you know, search my music, Google my music, stream my music on all platforms.
Alrighty. Well, this is the Bre Nicole Show. I'm Bre Nicole.
I'm YZM.
And we'll see you next time.
You dig.
And this is Marley. Here. What do you want to say?
Uma.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my girl.